In this video, we'll show you how to schedule courses using Career Cruising. First, we'll show you what it looks like on the website, and then we'll go over the steps one more time. Here's what it looks like on the website. When you log into Career Cruising, the first thing that you'll want to pick is Choose My Courses. You'll see here you've got the 9th grade year highlighted, and we're going to have to pick one from each of these different types of courses. The first one is English 1. When you pick English 1, you basically have two choices. You can pick whether you want to be in regular English or honors English. Once you pick it, then down at the bottom there will be a button to add the course, and now you've selected your English class. Then we're just going to go down the row. Let's pick a math class. Notice that you have more options for math. There's algebra, honors algebra, geometry, or honors geometry. If you just took regular 8th grade math, then you'll probably want to pick Algebra 1. Notice when you pick Algebra 1, there's nothing in this prerequisite column. That means there's nothing that you have to take before Algebra 1. Anyone can sign up for this course. Suppose you've already taken Algebra 1 in junior high though, then you might want to take geometry. Notice in this box it lists that algebra as a prerequisite. You have to have taken Algebra 1 before you can sign up for geometry. Next we're going to pick a science class. For biology, again, we can do regular or honors biology. I'm going to pick biology and add that course. Here's world geography for my social studies, and again regular or honors. I'll pick honors for that one. And now we're ready to pick a language other than English. That's going to be either Spanish or French, depending on what campus we're at. Again, if you've already taken Spanish in junior high, then you can pick Spanish too. Just make sure you've got the right prerequisites. Add that course. And now we're ready for a fine arts class. For fine arts, we've got our choice of dance, art, theater, or any one of these music classes like choir, guitar, piano, depending on your campus. I'm going to sign up for Guitar 1 and add that course. For PE, you've got some just regular physical education classes, or you could also sign up for some of the UIL athletics classes. Notice that if you want to sign up for a sport and pick that class, you might get a blue exclamation point, and this just tells you that your coach is going to have to approve before you can actually be enrolled in that class. Now it's time for your elective. These electives are really based on your endorsement. So, for example, suppose you want to be in the ag program. You can find those electives by clicking on that category. And the entry-level course for the ag program is this Principles of Agriculture, Food, and Natural Resources. You can tell because it's the only one that's got the 9th grade associated with it. So if I pick that, let's notice there is no prerequisite. That means anybody can sign up for it, and I can go ahead and add that course to my schedule. It's also going to be important to pick alternates. That means for my fine arts, if I didn't get the guitar class that I wanted, I'm going to have to decide on what would be another alternate, like maybe art. And then I can add that to my list of courses. Once you get your schedule like you want it, you'll notice right up here at the top there's a print icon. So I'm going to click print, and from there I can see a sample course selection page that I can print onto paper and turn into my teacher. Let's go over the steps one more time. The first step is to log into Career Cruising, and then depending on what your screen looks like, you'll either choose My Course Plan or Choose My Courses. It's the option that has the word courses in it and the little icon that looks like a calendar. Next, you need to pick an English class. So when you click on English 1, you'll have two choices, either regular English or honors English. Once you've made your selection, just pick Add Course. The next step is to pick a math class. You've got a little more options here, either Honors or Regular Algebra 1 or Honors or Regular Geometry. If you just took regular 8th grade math, then you're going to pick Algebra 1. Notice that there's no prerequisite for Algebra 1. That means there's nothing that you really have to take before it. Anybody can start at the Algebra 1 level. However, if you've already had Algebra 1 in junior high, then you'll have to pick Geometry. Notice once you pick it that it lists those prerequisites. This lets you know that you have to have taken Algebra 1 before you can take Geometry. After picking English and math classes, pick a science and a social studies class. And for 9th graders, those are biology and world geography. The only thing you have to decide, like with English, is whether you want to take regular or honors. Then pick a foreign language or a language other than English. Your choices there will be French or Spanish typically. And if you have already taken Spanish 1 in junior high, then you can pick the Level 2 class, Spanish 2. The next two things to select are a Fine Arts credit and a PE or an Athletics. In Fine Arts, you'll have the choices of dance, art, theater, or any of the music classes like band or choir. For PE, typically you'll have the choice of doing regular PE or some sort of athletics for a UIL sport. If you pick one of those UIL sports, you might see a blue exclamation point next to the course. That just tells you that it does require a tryout and that your coach actually has to place you in there. So just be aware that that course is subject to change. That's going to be a little bit different from the red exclamation point. If you pick a course that has a red exclamation point, that means you can't take that course at all because you don't have the right prerequisites. And we'll look at an example of that in just a minute. Because the next thing that you have to pick is your elective. Now, typically this elective is the one that goes with your endorsement. If you're not sure which one to pick, refer to this piece of paper that helps 9th graders pick that 8th elective course. Here's how this piece of paper works. It says if you are interested in this career, then you can take these programs when you're an 11th or 12th grader in high school only if you pick this course as a 9th grader. And that's going to fall in this endorsement. So for example, let's pretend like we want to take Principles of Public Service as our elective. Once you click on the elective option, there's many different ways you can find it. You can search it by keyword, but here I'm going to choose Select and then pick from the Career and Technical Education courses. Scroll down and that's where we'll find it, Principles of Public Service. Again, here notice there is no prerequisite. There's nothing extra that you have to take before. So the Principles of Public Service class is open to anyone. If you tried to pick a course like Child Development, notice that there is a prerequisite. There's a course that you have to take before you can take that. So if you tried to add Child Development to your schedule, it's going to come up with that red exclamation point telling you this course is not available to you because you first have to take Principles of Public Service. Finally, you have to pick alternates. That means if you don't get into that art class that you picked, or that guitar class or piano class, choose alternates just in case. Once you've done all that, there's an icon to print your sample schedule or your course selection, and that'll look something like this. Print that piece of paper or get your teacher to help you, and she'll collect those and get them to the counselors so that you can finish your scheduling process. And that's how you pick courses with Career Cruising.